Hi everyone, this is Tracey Brown. I'm also a psychic. This is the first of series of my educational tarot, my online tarot educational series. Welcome aboard. I do have an introduction video out that you can take a look at that explains what a type P personality is, and I also described some of the decks. I also want to be able to inform you that this is the deck that I'm using. It's called the Witch's Tarot. And I also want to tell you, if you really, really want to follow along, download the Witch's Tarot on your phone. In addition to that, I also want you to, if you can, by the way, I'm asking you as a part of the tutorial, but if you can't, don't worry about it, because I'm going to teach you everything that you need to know anyway. But I want you to get this book, Tarot Plain and Simple, by Anthony Lewis. This is my book, and it's just my heart, and which is why it's so worn. With that being said, today is the first day, and we're going to begin the first day with the Fool. The Fool. This is the Fool. All right? This is the Fool. Okay? The Fool. All right? Now, with the Fool, how pretty is the Fool? With the Fool card, oh, why didn't I pull it out from my deck? Give me a second, because with the Fool card, it kind of is in a description. The Fool. Are you a fool? Are you being a fool? Do some of us need to act like a fool? There's so many, but the Fool is exactly what you think it may be. All right? It's a free spirit of a guy. Okay? It's a guy that doesn't really realize that there's restrictions out there in the world. This is a guy that has decided that this is just what I'm going to do. I'm not going to worry about the outcome. I'm just going to do this. This comes in many forms. This comes in a form of someone considering going back to school, and they're 40 years old. And they're going to go to school with a bunch of 20-year-olds. Foolish? Sometimes. But is it good to be foolish? Absolutely. This could come in the form of a teenager that decides to run away from home. And he's going to go find himself, and he's going to go do music. These are different examples. Foolish? Most likely. But is it something that he needs to do? Absolutely. So, the book description out of the book that I'm referencing, it's the beginning of a journey. It's a leap into the unknown. It's pure innocence. It's also spontaneous, like, oh my God, spontaneous, quick on thought. It's like a newborn baby as an example, as a parallel. But it's potential. It's a fresh start and a new chance. It's an experience that only you can have. Again, when I talk about the teenager running away from home, it's an experience that only that child can have. It's a new way of looking at the world. It's an opportunity that could come out of the blue to travel across the country, to take a job in a state or a country that you've never been before. Again, these are examples. It's an important decision. And it's also a surprising solution. Like, oh my God, thank God you showed up. Oh my God, I can't believe this job came through. I don't know why I'm talking about jobs. But it is the start of an adventure. It is significant and unexpected circumstances. Time for change. It's about originality. It's about, this is me. I have to do this. It's about having an open mind. But it's optimism. And it's childlike behavior, maybe, and childlike wonder. Like, oh my God, how exciting would it be if I went to school in Europe? Do you understand? This is what the Fool represents, everything I've just described to you. It's being a little naive and yet spry. It's also an action that's pure. It's an action that doesn't realize that there could be things out there that could just come after you. But when you have this Fool-like mentality or position, you don't want to be afraid. It's kind of like the child that has to leave their parents' house and they're grown and they've never been, let's say they're coming from New Jersey, which is a, kind of small state. It is a big state, but in terms of its mentality. And the child's coming to Los Angeles to live. Never been here. That's the Fool. It's freedom from any prejudice. Oh, by the way, the Fool also represents gays. And for me, it represents male gays. Male. Am I using the right word, guys? I'm trying to be professional here. Oh, I gotta talk to Sean. Right now, I'm gonna use the word gay. So forgive me for not saying the right thing. I don't have this. I have another card for lesbians. But it also means someone is potentially gay. Don't use it to call someone out. Don't use it to call someone out. But if someone says to you, he's acting a little funny and could he be gay? And this card shows up, he is. It is a new life. It is excitement about this new life. Excitement about something discovered. It's a carefree attitude. We mentioned that again with being spry, with being open-minded, carefree attitude, freedom from bias, carefree attitude. Some of the words begin to double up. It's surprise. It's being born again. Being born again, that's not from a religious aspect. It's you're not the same person you were last year. It's trusting in faith. That is a religious aspect. But freedom from inhibition. Taking a risk, trust in a higher power, confidence that you are headed in the right direction. It's non-conformity. Leaving the past behind to begin something new. It's influences that come to you from a place of the unknown. Again, homosexuality, and I didn't even know this, bisexuality. The Fool. It also represents 0, 0, 0. It is the number of pure potential. In all my readings, I think I've gotten 0 once. It also means all things are possible. You believe, the Fool believes all things are possible. To boldly go where no man has ever gone before. Now, if you look at the description of the Fool, all right, because we have plenty of time, the clouds is about air. It's about wanting to... Air is always about creativity. It means he's a thinker, but he's a creative thinker. He's inside his head. He can't seem to think about anything else. It's okay. It has to be done. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. All right? The blue is also in the air, but it's also about how strongly he feels about it. Blue is always about emotion, even though it's up in the air. I feel very strong about my journey, the leap into the unknown, taking a first step to do something or go somewhere. The bag represents, this bag here, oh, I have a stick to use, darn it. This bag represents packing everything that you need. Ironically, he packed nothing. There's nothing there. But that's a fool's mentality. He knows he's going to be okay regardless. The red symbolizes passion in the efforts that he's about to take on. He's also wearing the color blue. That's again about his emotions. The first part was emotions inside his head. The second part is how emotionally passionate he feels about what he's about to embark on. The gray pants, ironically, is psychicness. He just knows. He also looks like he's about to step off into he looks like he's about to step off onto a cliff. Or there could be ground right there. Now, have you guys ever gone up a road and it's I'm not even talking about a big road. I'm not talking about, something like a roller coaster ride where you go up and then zoom like that. I'm talking about a road that you're driving up, and for a nanosecond, you think when you hit that peak, you're going to fall. Has anybody ever felt that? Instead, you hit that peak and it's like this. It's like, well, that was uncomfortable. Like, why would anybody build a street that way? That's what the Fool also represents. It represents taking a leap into the unknown, not knowing whether or not you're going to be successful. Could you fall, crash, and burn? Absolutely. But could you not? Could you climb that part of that road and then all of a sudden, that wasn't so bad. Oh my God, this is amazing. All right? By the way, when I say crash and burn, the other thing that comes with the Fool is knowing that you have to do something. You go on the journey, you pack little, you don't care about anybody else's feelings. And then other factors come into it, like drugs, alcohol, bad people, bad moral decisions. That's where the Fool represents either this and then this, like, no, there's nothing. Or it can represent this and this. But we're not talking about that just yet. What we're talking about is why somebody would be in this position in the first place, the positive attributes. With that being said, he has a dog. The color white always represents spirituality. So the dog could represent ancestors that's passed on, archangels, spirit guides, that little voice inside your head that tells you, oh, you might be on this journey, but don't go down that block. Don't take this apartment. Don't trust this person. That's what the dog represents in the cards as a physical form. But in a metaphysical way, it means it's your ancestors. It's your spirit guides. It's your angels to protect you. And to end this, I'm going to give you some negative attributes of the Fool. And they are: impulsiveness and poor judgment, taking a risk without considering other people's feelings, and being a little cunning, a little jaded about it. It is being naive to the point where it's kind of stupid. It's not having enough experience. Really, really gullible. It's optimism that just doesn't make sense. Like, what are you talking about? It's being irresponsible. With all that being said, that is the Fool. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm learning how to move forward with each card as a teacher. So I need a little patience. But thank you guys. Thank you for trusting me. I'm reading all the comments. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Today is April 23rd. Happy birthday, Rose. I love you all. Call me for your own reading. 818-985-2010.